write their name on a slip of paper, and we'll have Pauline draw one of them out of a hat. So, a hat.
Fantastic hat.
Yeah. All right, and I'm going to keep talking while they're doing it. All right, so, and which team are you with?
The Black Swan.
The which one?
The Black Swan.
The Black Swan. Welcome, welcome. And you are with?
Oh, we don't actually have an official name yet.
To be determined. Okay, we've all been there. All right, and I'll get back to what's going on with that in a minute. All right, season information. A competition field set will be available at the Salt Lake County Makerspace all season. They're going to leave it up for you all season long. You just need to email Becca Robinson to schedule a time. So when you get one of these sheets, her email is on that. The first FTC website, I've got the website address, as well as you can just Google FTC Utah SUU, and it will come up. So either way is good. Game Manual 1 and 2s will be available with first later today. Make sure you keep up with the game forum. Okay, this is where the refs get the latest rules. And things can change throughout the season. Then let's see, we've got resources on the FTC YouTube channel, FTC Team Resources page, FTC Utah Team Toolkit, and then coaches, at some point, hopefully today, I will be sharing a folder with you that has every handout and the reveal video. Okay, so obviously I cannot share that before 10, but I will get that to you. COVID. We all know what we need to do with COVID, besides try and kick it out of here. We are planning 100 traditional right now, 100% traditional. We were one of 10% of first teams last year. And when I say that, that's FLL, FTC, and FRC. We were one of 10% of regions in the world that competed live last year. And that is because of you guys. You did such a great job. I know the masks are annoying. I know all the rules are annoying. But you guys did such a great job of making sure everything worked. At this point, we are planning on requiring masks. If things get worse, we'll have to put in some of the other things that we had to do last year as well. But right now, plan 100% live in person for the season. All right, I have my email on here as well as my student assistant, Anakin. Insert Star Wars joke here. We also have a list of our social media and a list of discounts from various websites. If you know of any other sites and want to share, please let us know and we'll help publicize that. There is also a list of sponsorships that we know about right now. We will try to keep you updated as things go on. Please know we are not researching to find these. We're taking care of other things as well. So please try to keep up with that, and we'll let you know what we find out. All right, the schedule for the year is on the back of here. You will notice a couple of the dates are TBA. I was told yesterday West will be having a qualifier this year. Yay. Yeah, we weren't quite sure because Paulina is brand new to this world, and she's the new teacher here at West. Mr. Doty had to go because of family stuff, and so we're throwing her really into the deep end of everything. So thank you, Pauline. I I also do not have dates yet for the Hurricane High School Build Day or the Park City Qualifier. We will get those to you as quick as we can. Please keep track of time for me. I don't want to go over. As well as the championship. We are looking at February or March. We are waiting for one last athletic group to get their schedule to us so we can see when we can reserve that arena again, because that was fun. And I want to put you guys back in there again. If you want to host a build day or a scrimmage, let me know. And then, okay, great. Yay. Right now, qualifier registration is partially open. I need the dates for West and Park City, and then I'll open registration for that competition, those competitions. But American Academy of Innovation, Freedom Prep Academy, and Hurricane High School, they are all open. You can register at any time. American Academy of Innovation is a 12-team tournament. Freedom Prep Academy, and they were both new last year, both new qualifiers, so thank you for coming back. We didn't scare you away. Freedom Prep Freedom Prep Academy had 12 teams last year. This year they are going to host 24. So thank you, Peevler, for that. Hurricane High School will also be hosting 24, and of course West and Park City are both 24. Okay, so let's talk about more fun stuff then. If you do have any questions, please let me know. I'm just trying to pile through this really fast so we stay on time. I have to explain a few things. I have a gift bag, one per team, okay? Now in this gift bag, I've got several of the one-page game descriptions. I've got the season announcements as well as a few things from some of the businesses that we frequent, like Rev and Andy Mark and Go Builda and Pitsco. In here, I also have scoring elements. So each team gets to take home some scoring elements. It's not enough. It's not a full set, but at least you can get started with what you need to do and have all the proper sizes. Now, the other thing is we must be making an impression on people, because several years ago when I started doing this, I would get like 6 spare parts and a bunch of stickers from companies to give to people at Kickoff, and it was kind of sad actually. This year, Pitsco, Rev, and Go Builda gave us so much stuff that every team has something in their bag. It is random, okay? So you just grab the bag and go, but you are going to go home today with at least 2 spare parts. Some of these things are wheels. There's a couple of motors in there. It varies, gears, other pieces. So completely random. You can't go through them before you pick up your bag. Just grab a bag. Then let's get back to this drawing we were talking about. I am in love with Go Builda right now because they sent a little something for one rookie team. That was the drum. They sent a chassis. Yeah. So, this is just says what you guys are doing. That they are investing in you guys because you are real. You're here, you're doing it. You're not here for the pizza and the popcorn. You are here to succeed. So thank you for your efforts. I'm going to have you draw. All right. The Black Swan. I will be sending all of these companies a thank you note because they really did go above and beyond this year. So, a little housekeeping, and then I'm going to hand this back. After we do the reveal video, which FYI is almost 30 minutes long, yeah. Well, we have to go through the gracious professionalism and a word from our sponsors and all of those things. Okay, before we get to the reveal, so know that. Then they will play the reveal. And then, this is a new feature this year, and I'm actually quite happy about it. Stay in your seats, because Aaron Fadden, who's with First Headquarters, is going to go through a few things that you really need to pay attention to in the game. Okay? There's a few things that could cause problems if you're not aware of the rules. So please stay in your seats. She only talks for 4 or 5 minutes, and then we will open the curtain so you can come up. On these bags, I need one person from each team to come grab a bag. So decide that amongst yourselves. If we have enough bags left over, we will have one person from each team come and get a second bag. Okay? I love it when people give us stuff. It's so much fun. I think that's all the announcements I have. I will be doing the Q&A later, and then Matt and I will be going and picking up lunch for everybody. Other than that, I should be around to answer any questions, or you can email me. Anyway, thank you.
I would like to introduce our FRC Dean's List winner. Her name is Fifi, and she is brilliant. Welcome to the stage.
Hi everyone, it's so good to see everybody in person here. I've missed robotics over the past year where we haven't been able to do this, so yeah, it's really exciting. To give you guys a bit of background on who I am, robotics has been a part of my life as long as I have been in education. So I first got into FIRST in 8th grade as a way to diversify my coding experience, and I found an FTC program at my school, West High, and I was debating whether to join. I was always kind of scared because I'd never done robotics before and I never really had an introduction to it, but a friend of mine was already on FTC, and because of my interest and her encouragement, I decided to join FTC Team 10722, the Roboraptors. I distinctly remember the first time I saw one of my hardware captains expertly drill through some metal rods, surprised to see someone my own age build anything, as she showed me the procedure over and over. Over the 5 years I spent on 2 FIRST robotics teams, I learned from and with my mentors. My favorite thing about FIRST is this attitude towards learning. Tech and STEM in general can be so daunting because there's always so much to learn and there's always someone who's much more knowledgeable than you. But instead of keeping their knowledge to themselves, my teammates, mentors, and the leadership behind FIRST gave me an opportunity to learn while having fun, making friends, and not being overwhelmed. I have a lot of experience with computer science and robotics thanks to being in FIRST. I've been programming for 5 years and learned languages such as Java and Python, and these programming skills have been huge assets as a team member on both FRC and FTC teams, where I've been able to code, debug, and plan projects because I understand the underlying concepts behind what needs to be accomplished. However, I learned much more than that from being part of robotics. It was a deeply collaborative environment for me, And because of that, I was able to learn people skills as well as skills that would help me in my career regardless of wherever I ended up. Also, my experience in robotics has been deeply different because I remember every single challenge that I faced up to this point, and I still use it in my daily life. I distinctly remember this one issue in 9th grade when the structure of an autonomous program on my FTC team was causing the robot to pause when it should have moved. Since I have the experience with Java, as well as working with other people, I was able to debug the program with my software captain and then determine that a for loop was running infinitely because it was in the wrong section of the code. A really annoying problem if you've ever tried to code a robot. So since that time, the technology I've seen in robotics has inspired me to do to learn a lot of other technical skills that has been really handy to me as a software developer. I've learned to use third-party APIs and learn basically anything that's important to FRC programming as well as FTC programming. I also have experience with really cool technology like cloud, stuff like virtualization and containerization, which I have not programmed on the robot, but I was really interested in learning because I saw other people learning it. All of the experiences I've shared with you so far have occurred from 8th grade until the end of my sophomore year, well before I won the Dean's List Award. The open exchange of knowledge that I enjoyed in robotics became the root of my experiences in tech, and I craved more opportunities to share what I knew. Making it an equal priority to further others' learning as much as my own, I joined organizations inside and outside of robotics and advocated with industry leaders to increase access to tech education. In my junior year, I saw my biggest potential for impact as outreach captain for my FRC team, Red Rock Robotics, a position that inclusivity and cooperation was central to. Thanks to the advocacy I'd done before, I learned how to come up with impactful ideas, teach others, and advertise opportunities. I had ambitions to create access to education in CS and engineering in my community. My first goal was to spread knowledge of FIRST in general to students at my school. So I went to classrooms every day with the cooperation of wonderful STEM teachers like Mr. Enrique and Dodi, and I was able to go and present about FTC, FRC, and FLL, and got 20 signups for my FRC team, effectively tripling our size. Additionally, I spent the entire season on developing programs outside of FIRST that can expose kids to CS and engineering, and then steer them towards FIRST programs once they learn the basics. I emailed every STEM teacher or counseling-related middle school teacher, as well as every middle school principal in my district to get their feedback on a potential program, as well as the barriers and best learning methods for their students. With this input in mind, my Red Rock Robotics team developed camps teaching development and research, not only through virtual meetings, but also as open source courses that anybody could access online. As a result, many teachers who had never heard of FIRST became more aware of the opportunities their students had and were provided a gateway for their students to learn the basics. This season, we are aiming to continue this project in partnership with the City Library. So my biggest goal as a leader, however, is to help my teammates find the meaning that they do. FIRST really emphasizes outreach, but I want it to be a personal experience for each and every member on my team. As a result, I adopted a style that is focused more on providing structure to help each teammate bring their goals to life rather than determining every detail. An example of this is the outreach program that I mentioned before. I came up with a list of criteria, the camps needed to be friendly to middle schoolers, open source, and conducted on a weekly basis. From there, my teammates were given the freedom to determine what they wanted to teach, who was responsible for what, and what times they wanted to meet. As a teammate, I contributed to the brainstorming, and as a leader, I facilitated their success by setting deadlines, asking for updates, and including all team members. Because of this, I believe that my teammates have personal interest in their work and motivation for making sure that the program thrives. Beyond just doing what they are asked, they get to teach their interests and gain meaningful experiences. The culture of outreach has become something that Red Rock Robotics really loves as a whole, and it's something that we care about, which makes it more impactful to those we serve. I believe that my work as outreach captain is one of, if not the biggest reason why I won Dean's List. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Dean's List, it's an award designed to celebrate 10th and 11th graders who have had leadership and dedication to FIRST on the secondary level. So there's a local, regional, and global level where these students are recognized. And each year, 20 total students are selected from FTC and FRC to receive the global award. Through meeting the other wonderful winners of the 2020 through 21 season, I recognize 3 common traits that we all share: technical skill and expertise, leadership abilities, and a focus on community service. Dean's List is not an award solely for those who can build the best robot, but for the students that have embodied the first values in and out of the shop. Its criteria is not simply a rubric for judging applicants, but a guide for the best first experience possible. Following this guide, my advice to all of you, not only to win Dean's List, but to maximize your time in robotics, is to try your hand at being a leader, a technical skillsman, and an advocate for those less privileged in accessing a STEM education than you are. Do not be afraid to challenge yourself and reflect on your own experiences to become like the wonderful mentors and teammates that helped you along the way. Thank you.
Hi, everybody, again. One more person or company that we would like to thank for helping sponsor this is Wicked Fast Internet. They were able to provide us with like a 5G or 4G internet connection for today. So that's fantastic because the school internet is being worked on today. Alrighty, would you like to say one more thing before we switch it over to?
Kirby, feel free to interrupt me with the video when it's time. Did anybody have any questions about the season at this point? Yes, sir.
So I just, I came in like maybe 15 minutes ago. How do you know what to keep on?
Well, first of all, welcome. And then have you talked to any team members or coaches?
I've only been to like one class, and so
Okay, so let's get you meet. Well, let's talk, and we'll get some details on you and figure out which team is closest to you, how things will work. Okay, thank you, sir. Anybody else? Wow, you guys are an easy audience. Okay, so I think we're down to just like, oh, that's a familiar face. Is this the reveal or is this? Minute and a half, the longest 90 seconds of our lives. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if that was for us or not. Any guesses on the game? Water game! Water game! We've been wanting, let me put in a plug on that though. Tech Fair down in SUU, which happens in February, we will actually, high school students, when I say we will actually be building robot fish and swimming them. So if you're interested in that, come talk to me as well. Any other guesses on the game?
Where would you land?
Kirby's interrupting me, so here we go.
Innovate to change someone's. Go together.
Today's kids that embrace technology will raise the
your
bar
dreams
and make better forms of transportation
What innovation
more energy efficient, more cost effective, faster, and capable.
How would you go? Where would you go? If you want to go fast, go alone. We need you. When you want to go
Together,
far,
we're driving
go
first,
together.
forward.
Are you ready? Kids
ready?
that embrace
ready?
technology.
Are you ready?
will bring
Let's go.
better forms of transportation, more cost effective, faster, and capable.
Hello, and welcome First Tech Challenge teams. I'm First Tech Challenge and the big reveal of Freight Frenzy, presented by Raytheon. To be here for the First Tech Challenge 2021-2022 season kickoff and the big reveal of Freight Frenzy, presented by Raytheon Technologies. We're thrilled to have Raytheon Technologies as our Freight Frenzy presenting sponsor. which is just one part of the First Forward season presented by Qualcomm. We have a full show today, packed with kickoff messages from some familiar first faces, a gracious professionalism message from our Dean's List award winners, the Freight Frenzy season reveal, and finally, a detailed field walkthrough to help teams get started. All the game materials are available on our website, so please use the website as your reference during the season. To get us started, here's First founder, Dean Kamen.
Hello, First Tech Challenge teams, and welcome to First Forward, this year's season presented by Qualcomm. This season's First Tech Challenge game is Freight Frenzy, presented by Raytheon Technologies. Every year we make the game more challenging, and every year you amaze us with your solutions. As I've always said, First creates the hardest fun you'll ever have, and I hope that you use this experience to start you on a pathway to solving some of the world's biggest problems, as I hope you pursue careers in technology. Good luck to everybody. I look to see you at events throughout the season.
Thanks, Dean. And now I'd like to share some of the things you can expect in the upcoming Freight Frenzy season. Another incredible First Tech Challenge season is here, and I want to share a few things about this season we think you're really going to like. The biggest change this year will be the return of in-person play. We know not all regions will be back 100% to traditional events, but we hope most of you will be able to get together for live competition. I can tell you we miss them, and I know our students, coaches, volunteers, and sponsors can't wait to get back out there to compete, see what others have accomplished, and renew friendships, or at least friendly rivalries. There are still many unknowns, and we realize some regions and countries may choose the remote event format we introduced last year due to social distancing rules in their area. The good news is that the FTC scoring system for Freight Frenzy will support remote events for both individual robot match play and remote judging, just like last season. And, like last year, regions can switch from one format to the other mid-season if necessary. Your program delivery partner will make that call based on local rules and conditions. This season, teams will again be able to request judge feedback from their interviews and the materials they submit for judging. We added this feature as an opt-in option last year. You already know judges can only pick one winner, and the award competition across FTC is tough. We added this option as a valuable tool for teams to understand how they can improve. I encourage teams to ask for this feedback at your events this year. What else is new? Well, we just introduced the Driver Hub into the standard FTC kit of parts. The Driver Hub can be used to replace the driver's side smartphone and USB hub and connector with a single device. The Driver Hub operates on the Android operating system, which has been slimmed down, has a great user interface, and was built for our FTC competition environment. You can still use your smartphone and USB hub in FTC this season and going forward. We created a Tech Talk video on this subject with more detail. Check it out. I can't wait to see you play Freight Frenzy this year, in person and with all the wonderful excitement our games and events generate. I'll see you soon. A huge thank you to all our sponsors this year, making our First Forward season and Freight Frenzy game possible. Since 2006, Qualcomm has supported First programs, events, and teams worldwide, and has also been a major technology partner with First Tech Challenge. Through their collaboration and support of First, Qualcomm is helping build the pipeline of STEM leaders who will drive the invention age.
Hello, First Tech Challenge teams, and welcome to the First Forward season presented by Qualcomm. My name is Susie Armstrong, and I am a Senior Vice President of Engineering at Qualcomm. We are so happy to be a part of this exciting season as we explore the future of transportation and how it impacts individuals and economies across the globe. The future of transportation is so vast, from getting packages delivered to your front door to bringing humans to space. So much technology from the business community powers the future, and we at Qualcomm are so excited to play a role in it. Our foundational wireless technologies transforms how the world connects, computes, and communicates, and has the power to enhance how goods and people travel, providing increased visibility and control over transportation systems. From the wireless technology that keeps us all interconnected, to powering solutions to explore life beyond Earth, Qualcomm has always been at the forefront of transportation innovation. And now it's your turn to drive. In First Forward, First teams will explore how to innovate for future transportation ecosystems.
When we talk about the 2-year anniversary of State of Survival, are we talking about the 200 free supply cases that helps you? Or are we talking about fulfilling your wish list worth $1,000 once you win the jackpots? Yes, we mean all of it.
State of Survival. Play now.
Hello, First Tech Challenge teams. We're excited to welcome you to Freight Frenzy, presented by Raytheon Technologies. I'm Mark Iwamoto, a First Tech Challenge alum and a radar systems engineer here at Raytheon Technologies. Just like First Tech Challenge, at Raytheon Technologies, we're accelerating ideas to solve some of the world's biggest challenges through collaboration, innovation, and of course, gracious professionalism. When I was in First, my team's robot included materials like plywood, PVC pipes, surgical tubing, and a lot of glue and duct tape. We found unique solutions to be competition ready and the opportunity to tackle engineering problems in a large team setting. Now, I work on the ASARS-2B program, an advanced all-weather surveillance radar that flies on the Lockheed Martin U-2 aircraft. I always knew I was interested in engineering, but it was the hands-on engineering and mentorship from Raytheon and other industry engineers that solidified my desire and gave me the skills, confidence, and opportunity to pursue it. Now it's your chance to build the skills and confidence to forge your own path and find unique solutions to Freight Frenzy and the real-world challenges beyond. Aaron, what about you?
Mark is absolutely right. First Tech Challenge taught me the power of creative problem solving, collaboration, learning through failure, and perseverance. Hi teams, my name's Aaron Kerrigan Mitchell, First Tech Challenge alum, shout out to Team 4140 Fish in the Boat, mentor for all 3 FIRST programs, event volunteer, and a manufacturing engineer at Collins Aerospace. FIRST is the reason that I am an engineer. It's also why I work at Collins Aerospace. And at Collins, my various engineering roles have not only allowed me to be innovative, but contribute to the innovation and improvement of humanitarian transportation. And now I work on producibility and ease of assembly, so that when parts need to be installed or replaced on a plane, it can be done quickly, safely, and in a variety of environments. The product I currently work on helps with overheat detection along the wing of the aircraft, so there's constant feedback to the pilot on the endurance levels of the plane, especially critical in dangerous weather or when transporting important material. Innovation and inventions of every size can make an impact, and the future of transporting critical items quickly, safely, and efficiently relies on your creative solutions. Good luck this season, teams.
Thanks, Aaron, and hello, First Tech Challenge teams. I'm Daniel Fishman, proud First alum, First robotics competition mentor, event volunteer, and project engineer at Pratt & Whitney. Through my experience in FIRST, I started to develop the skills necessary to communicate and cooperate with diverse groups. I also learned how to grow from my failures as well as my successes. On top of these soft skills, I obtained the engineering skills necessary to build a robot. Every day, I continue to develop and build these skills with my new team at Pratt & Whitney. Like Mark and Aaron, my experience with FIRST helped launch my career in engineering. Thanks to the valuable mentorship from Pratt & Whitney engineers on my FIRST team, I obtained multiple internships. Now, I get to develop innovative solutions for a class of Pratt & Whitney engines that support global humanitarian efforts. How will you use the skills you're developing today to build your projects of tomorrow? Good luck this season. and thanks for participating in Freight Frenzy, presented by Raytheon Technologies.
Thank you. Without the support of sponsors, volunteers, program delivery partners, and all of you at home, First Tech Challenge wouldn't be possible. In addition to celebrating our sponsors, we also want to celebrate our First alumni and give a shout out to our alumni and scholarship program at First. While we know the world isn't back to normal yet, we are excited to have more in-person events this season. No matter what our season looks like, at the heart of each and every First event is gracious professionalism. Here's our 2020-2021 Dean's List winners to remind us all about the importance of gracious professionalism this season.
Gracious professionalism to me is being able to create and partake in a community where everyone's ideas and opinions are valued.
It means being trustworthy, respectful, and always ready to work with others to help them grow.
Working hard to reach your goals in the competition, while also helping other teams reach their own goals.
Being nice and respectful to your competitors and treating them as friends while learning and growing with them as a community.
It means creating an inclusive community by helping others and even sharing information with other teams.
One way we can be gracious professionals is to share our work with the First community online, so others can learn from us and we can learn from others.
As members of First, we learn and compete, but treat one another with respect and kindness in the process.
Building the best possible future for everyone. Even though we are all competing against each other, if we raise our competitors up, we all win.
First depends on our community embracing gracious professionalism, making it a priority in the competition season and part of your everyday life. This season, your goal is to be a collaborative teammate, a respected competitor, and a better person, which are all central themes of being a gracious professional. Speaking of gracious professionals, volunteers are critical to the success of our program, and this game was created by a very dedicated group of volunteers. So I'd like to take a moment to thank all of our volunteers, and especially our game design team, for creating such a fantastic game this season. I think they really outdid themselves. After the reveal, make sure to stick around for the field walkthrough. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the big reveal of the 2021-2022 First Tech Challenge game, Freight Frenzy, presented by Raytheon Technologies.
Turn down the rates, and there you fly.
I'm sure you're all wondering why you're here. Does anyone know what this is? A robot? It's not just any robot. What? You all have something special that would make you perfect for this team, and we'll need all of you to solve this. So what do you say?
I'm in.
Yes. Let's do it. Okay. Yeah. Your upcoming challenge in Freight Frenzy, presented by Raytheon Technologies, is to work together as a team to build a robot that can traverse rough terrain and obstacles to transport a variety of freight from warehouses to shipping hubs. The future of transportation is evolving. Will you take the wheel?
Welcome to First Tech Challenge 2021-2022 season game, Freight Frenzy, presented by Raytheon Technologies. A team consists of up to 2 driver-operators, a coach, and a robot. The robot must be built from materials specified in the game manual and fit within an 18-inch sizing tool, but may expand after the match begins. Each match is played with 4 randomly selected teams, 2 per alliance. Your opponent for one match may be your partner for another. The game is played on a 12-foot square playing field with a foam tile floor and 1-foot high walls. In the back of the field are taped-off warehouses, which are alliance neutral. Obstructing the warehouses are barriers that robots must drive over or around. At the front of the field are Alliance-specific storage units. Alliance-specific carousels are mounted on the front corners of the field walls. Alliance-specific barcode tape is located between the warehouses and the storage units. 4 unique navigation images are located around the field perimeter. 2 Alliance-specific shipping hubs and a 3rd shared shipping hub are positioned as shown. Outside of the field walls are the red and blue Alliance stations. There are 2 types of freight: 20 pieces of cargo, 2.7 inches in diameter, and 2-inch square boxes in various weights. 30 lightweight, 20 medium, and 10 heavy boxes. 4 of the lightweight boxes are marked with an X. In addition, rubber ducks will play a key role in the game, and teams will be constructing their own custom-designed shipping elements. Before each match, the freight is stored in the warehouses and a preload box is placed onto the field for each robot. A duck is placed onto each carousel and in the middle position of each barcode. The remaining ducks are stored in the Alliance loading docks. Teams then place their robots on the field, touching the wall adjacent to their Alliance station, but not in a warehouse. The teams then place 1 preload box for each robot. A team may then decide to use their own shipping element in place of a duck on the barcode, or store their shipping element in the loading dock. The duck or shipping element on the barcode is then randomized to one of 3 locations. The players and field are now ready. Each match begins with a 30-second autonomous period. During this period, there are a number of ways for teams to score, using only pre-programmed instructions and sensor inputs. Delivering the duck from the carousel earns 10 points. Each piece of freight delivered to the Alliance's storage unit will earn 2 points. Each preloaded box placed on an Alliance's shipping hub earns 6 points. But there are ways to earn bonus points. If the box is placed on the correct level as indicated by the duck's location on the barcode, the Alliance earns a 10-point bonus. If a robot places its preload box on the level shown by its Alliance's shipping element position on the barcode, it will earn a 20-point bonus. A robot parked on its Alliance's storage unit earns 3 points. However, if the robot is earns 3 points. However, if the robot is parked completely in the storage unit, it will earn 6 points. A robot parked in the warehouse closest to its Alliance station earns 5 points. If the robot is completely inside the warehouse, it will earn 10 points. Following the autonomous period is the 2-minute driver-controlled period. During this time, Alliances score points by delivering freight to storage units and shipping hubs. For example, each piece of freight delivered to an Alliance's storage unit will earn 1 point. Freight scored on an Alliance's shipping hub will earn 2 points on a level 1, 4 points on a level 2, and 6 points on level 3. Each freight scored on the Alliance's side of the shared shipping hub will score 4 points for their Alliance. The last 30 seconds of the driver control period is the end game. Robots may continue scoring freight, and there are also ways to earn bonus points. Delivering a duck or shipping element to the floor earns the Alliance 6 points. A balanced shipping hub at the end of the match earns 10 points. If an Alliance's section of the shared shipping hub is in contact with the tile floor, that Alliance earns 20 points. Robots parked in a warehouse earn 3 points. However, if the robot is parked completely in the warehouse, it earns 6 points. Each team's shipping element, fully supported by a shipping hub center pole or another team's capped shipping element, will earn 15 points. There are many ways to score in Freight Frenzy, but there are also rules that, if not followed, will deduct points from your Alliance. For example, robots cannot interfere or interact with the opposing Alliance shipping hub. Scoring elements may not be launched. Robots may not interfere with their opposing Alliance's capping attempts. Only one duck or team shipping element is allowed on the carousel at a time. A robot may not cause an opposing Alliance robot to become pinned, trapped, or blocked. This is just a brief summary of the Freight Frenzy game. For complete rules, please read the game manual and check the Q&A forum. And always remember the most important rule of First Tech Challenge: gracious professionalism. Good luck, teams, and have a great season.
What a game we have this season. Here to give us a closer look at the field is Erin Fadden, Game Design Committee team member and First Tech Challenge project manager.
Hi everyone, I'm Erin Fadden, member of the First Tech Challenge Game Design Committee. Now that you've seen the Freight Frenzy presented by Raytheon Technologies game, let's talk about some of the unique challenges that you'll see in this year's game. First, let's talk about the autonomous task, specifically reading the barcodes. When a team arrives at the field for pre-match setup, there will be a duck located on the middle barcode facing to the right. A team places their robot touching their Alliance wall and must preload the preload box. A robot may either be touching the preload box or in full possession of it. Now, a team has the option of introducing their team shipping element onto the field in place of the duck. Once placed, the actual location of the duck or team shipping element will be randomized. This task is really about reading the barcode to determine where the duck or team shipping element is located. The location of either indicates which level of the Alliance shipping hub to score the preload box. Teams receive more points for this task using the team shipping element in place of the duck. Located in the back of the field are the warehouses. Each warehouse holds approximately half of the freight. Freight consists of cargo and 3 different weighted boxes. The warehouses are Alliance neutral, as are the scoring elements. In order for a robot to legally collect and possess freight, they must first start completely out of the warehouse, drive completely in the warehouse, collect 1 piece of freight, and then drive completely out of the warehouse with the collected freight. To access the warehouse, robots will need to traverse over the barriers. Now, there have been allowances made for robots to avoid driving over the barriers, as there is an approximate 13.75-inch gap. Teams will need to factor this into their robot design strategy. Do you build a robot that will be able to fit through the gap, or would a better strategy be to build a larger robot that can successfully cross the barriers? As mentioned in the game animation, there are 3 different weighted boxes that make up the freight. Teams can strategize how they program their robot or use sensors to determine the weight of the box as they retrieve them from the warehouse, because the weights will make a difference when placed onto the Alliance or shared shipping hubs. All of the shipping hubs have a wobble base. For the Alliance shipping hubs, you want to try and keep those balanced throughout the match, meaning the rim of the shipping hub is not in contact with the floor. The shared shipping hub is split for use of both of the Alliances, and the intent is to have the shared shipping hub tipped in favor of your Alliance with the rim of the hub touching the floor. In front of the field towards the audience are 2 carousels, one for the Red Alliance and one for the Blue Alliance. Teams will need to be thoughtful when designing a mechanism to interact with the carousel. The robot may only interact with the rim of the carousel to make the platform of the carousel spin. Spinning the carousel and knocking the duck or team shipping element to the floor is the only way to legally deliver the elements to earn points. During the endgame, robots may now cap their Alliance shipping hub. Teams will need to be thoughtful about their team shipping element design strategy, as well as how they place the team shipping element onto the hub. The goal is to cap the Alliance shipping hub while still keeping the hub balanced. I hope you enjoyed this overview of Freight Frenzy presented by Raytheon Technologies. Please make sure to read both the Game Manual Part 1 and Game Manual Part 2. There are 2 versions of each of these manuals on our website for both remote and traditional gameplay. Also, every team is allocated 1 account to ask questions and receive official answers on the First Tech Challenge forum throughout the season. Thanks for taking a closer look. We're excited to see how you work together and use your robots to build a path forward.
Thanks so much, Erin. The field looks full of exciting and fun new challenges. This season is going to be off the rails. We can't wait to see your creative solutions and robots in action on the field. And if you're watching but haven't registered yet, there's still time to hop on board. Visit our website for details and get started. Be sure to tag First Tech Challenge on your team's social media throughout the season so we can keep in touch and see how your team is tackling the game. Thanks for joining us for Kickoff this season. And for all of us here at First Tech Challenge, good luck and have a great year. And I hope to see you out there in person soon.